I need to level up. Sorcerer level 9. We get Elemental Blast. At 9th level, you can unleash a blast of elemental power once per day. This 20-foot radius burst does 1d6 points of fire damage per sorcerer level. Those caught in the area of your blast receive a reflex save for half damage. Creatures that fail their saves gain vulnerability to fire until the end of your next turn. The DC of the save is equal to 10 plus half your sorcerer level plus your charisma modifier. At 9th level, you can use this ability once per day. At 17th level, you can use this ability twice per day. At 20th level, you can use this ability 3 times per day. This power has a range of 60 feet. And Elemental Body 1. At 3rd level and every 2 levels thereafter, a sorcerer learns an additional spell derived from her blood. These spells are in addition to the number of spells given at new levels. Elemental Body 1. When you cast a spell, you can assume the form of a small air elemental, small earth elemental, small fire elemental, and so on, blah blah blah. The abilities you gain depend upon the type of elemental into which you change. Elemental abilities based on size use the size of the elemental you transform into and to determine their effect. Interesting. Very interesting. Persuasion? Knowledge Arcana. Spell Focus. Already have that. You can gain this feat multiple times. The effects do not stack. Each time you take the feat, it applies to a new school of magic. No. Could do an elemental focus fire. Greater spell penetration. Greater spell penetration. You get a +2 bonus on caster level checks. 1d20 plus caster level made to overcome creature spell resistance. Nice one. Spell specialization. Select one spell. No. No, no, no. So we get one level 2, one level 3, and one level 4 spell. What about level 2? Maybe mirror image. Hideous laughter. The will save. With a touch. Level 3. Haste. Lightning bolt. Resist energy. Resist energy 10. think I prefer haste. And level 4, protection from energy. Yeah, immunity was that. Ice storm. Controlled fireball. Why not? Controlled fireball. Nice one. Okay, nice. Yeah. Looking nice. This is elemental body. Fire. You become a small fire elemental. Wait, can I look at this? Where can I read this? Abilities. Elemental yeah, but you become a small fire elemental, you gain a +2 size bonus to your dexterity, a +2 natural armor bonus, resist fire 20, and vulnerability to cold. Your movement speed is increased by 20 feet. You also gain 1d4 slam attack and a burn ability. Burn, a fire elemental, deals 1d4 fire damage in addition to damage dealt on a successful hit in melee. Those affected by the burn ability must also succeed at a reflex save or catch fire. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. That's the prisoner. There's Madla. Noticing you, the patient, a ruddy-faced, middle-aged peasant woman, blinks her eyes. Imagine that! Her Grace herself paying me a visit. Good health to you. I'm Madla Static from Saturday. So you think the priest of yours can really heal me? With Erastiel's help they could, I bet. Just look how brainy they seem, the two of them. How are you feeling? I got a fever, cough too, and I can't eat. I feel like puking all the time. I've been through worse though. Born six kids and survived. But still, this scares me breathless. Each tingle in my body gets me to shaking, and I think to myself, that's it started. Now I'll be ripped to shreds. Tell me about yourself. Nothing to tell, really. We are simply people with simple lives. Spent all mine in Saturday. It's by Gudrun River, past Silver Steps Lake. Raised my children there, then grandchildren. Never seen monsters worse than goblins then. But now, owl bears and hydras everywhere. I prayed to the gods to spare our village, but no. This blight fell right upon my own head. Why did you volunteer for this surgery? I'm scared like a hare, truth be told. But this is no mere cold. Can't just hope it'll pass on its own. At least this way, I got some hope, right? And then, well, the doctors figure it out. What to do about the plague. I'm no hero, not me. But sometimes you gotta think about others too. If they end up butchering me, at least maybe they can figure out how to save someone else. If I gotta die, let it be for a good cause, right? Get ready, we are about to begin. Long as you're nearby, I got nothing to be scared of.
I'm on.
Okay. Looten wir erstmal. In Search of Joy. Confessions of a Heretic. Das ist in der Folterkammer. Okay. Well. Begin surgery. Let's begin. Jod breathes in deeply, then exhales. The rest you'll be with. Darren Ray, help us. Glancing nervously at various medical instruments, brave peasant woman got faked. Just don't butcher me is all I ask, she muttered in a trembling voice. Meanwhile, the foremost medical experts in the room still couldn't agree on what exactly it was they were trying to do. Stop arguing with me. Coughing up blood is a sure sign the problem is in the lungs. We look there, God insisted. No, it's the nausea we should be focusing on. We need to examine the stomach, Tristian objected. The clerics turned to the Baroness in desperation, asking her to resolve their dispute. After careful consideration, she decided to take a piss. Okay, have you decided on something? Yes? No? Fuck. Bei Toinkos. Let's look in his stomach. Without wasting further time arguing, Jod said a short prayer to Arestal and took the scalpel Tristian offered him. Candlelight reflected off the surgical instruments and potion bottles. As Jod's scalp made the first incision on the woman's skin, I could hear her inhale loudly through clenched teeth. Confess, I lacked the courage to watch the surgery. Even after I turned away, I couldn't help but tremble from hearing the poor woman's screams. The air filled with the acrid scent of medical potions, while Tristian mumbled prayers to ease the patient's pain. Simultaneously scanning her body with magical sight, all I could do was whisper my own prayers. But the Baroness, she didn't lose her courage. She took the patient's hand and whispered something in her ear, distracting her from the pain. Couldn't hear exactly what she said, but it worked. Charmed by her words, the peasant woman managed to stay still and let the cleric perform the surgery. The poor woman's screams and crying were unbearable. I couldn't begin to imagine what she was going through. And such a fool, Jod finally exclaimed. You are right. I'm glad we listened to you, Tristian. Tristian used a healing spell to close the wound in the woman's stomach. And Jod showed everyone the strange item he'd extracted. It looked like some kind of seed, a glowing, pulsing, thumb-sized seed. Before anyone could say anything, it flashed in Jod's fingers. He dropped it on the floor, just in time. On the spot where the seed landed, a portal opened, and a roaring monster jumped out of it!
Ends here.
Yeah. I might need that. Fucking owlbear. Do something, God! Protect your Baroness! How about could cast haste on us? I hope it infects every one of my... I don't know. No? Only us two. Nice. Holy shit. We're going to die. We're going to die! Okay. Those guys suck. Dude! Could have brought a party. Scotty, grüß dich! Wie geht's, wie steht's? Wie geht es dir? Okay, der stirbt. Du solltest Abstand nehmen, du Idiot. Idiot. Jetzt wieder besser und selbst. Was war denn? Was war denn, Scotty? Bei mir ist soweit alles okay, würde ich sagen. Ja. Okayisch. Ist J jetzt tot for good oder? Nee, okay. Der Authentication, dass du wirklich du bist. Ach so, das war ja unvorteilhaft, sage ich mal. Das hat sich jetzt wieder geregelt. Hattest du dann Support angeschrieben? Jord wipes the sweat from his brow, not even noticing the blood still on his hands. Erestiel and Saren Ray be praised. They were truly on our side this day. It's a miracle. Christian hands Jord a clean towel. Jord pulls himself together and wipes his hands and face. So what have you learned? We have learned I was a pompous fool and Christian was right all along. That's what I thought. It's not a disease, but a parasite. Something of vegetative origin. It resembles a seed. Sorry, my friend. I should have waged my tongues less and listened to you more. Please don't mention it. I was lucky. It was a lucky guess, not worth of your praise. Are you able to cure others of the disease now? Yes. Yes, now that we know what to do, we can extract the seeds with much less risk to the patients and with much less suffering. What will you do next? There are still many patients here. We'll start work on them immediately. And you, Your Grace, may want to search for the source of this disease. We still know neither where these seeds come from, nor how they get into people's body. Das war ein Problem, das über ein altes Handy lief. Was über, oh, das ist dann problematisch, ja. Ja. Frage mich auch, wie man das am besten regelt tatsächlich. Also wenn tatsächlich mal das Handy kaputt geht, wie man dann am besten davor geht. Ich habe auch einige Authenticator auf meinem Handy. Für verschiedene Sachen, jetzt nicht nur für Twitch. Deswegen schon eine Überlegung wert. Yeah. New patients arrive daily. And how many never even find their way to the hospital? Our efforts here are not enough by themselves. We need to find the root of this problem. Okay, wait. Nickel Stew! Chat is all in German. Well, Nickel Stew, there are some German viewers as well. But since you're now here, we can also talk in English as well. So welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How was your day so far? But yeah, if I have some folks coming in here talking German to me, I can just answer them in German as well. That's no problem. Du kannst auch ein bisschen Deutsch. So if you like, you can practice your German here, or we can just talk in English as you like. As you like. It's okay. It's okay. Ah, okay. I see, Scotty. I see. Okay. So, I have to go. Please find the source of those wretched seeds. Going to look for that. We can even loot this. Okay. We can talk to this lady again, Madla. You barely survived it. At least she lives, you know? Oh. Okay. We leave this place. I like it quite well. So, I have played some CRPGs before, back in the day, like the old Baldur's Gate games or Neverwinter Nights. So I was kind of familiar with the basics, but I still have to learn a lot about the actual Pathfinder rule set. So it's quite an adventure, but there's so much to do in this game. There's so much content. It's really great. I'm having actually a blast here. So Scotty played this 3 times already. And thanks for the follow, Nicholas too. Thanks for the follow. So here, Jubilost, I've brought a petitioner with me, Leigh Martinch, a famous expert on everything regarding alcohol and the beverages which feature it. Our impatient guest wanted very much to speak with you in person and tell you all about his project. Leigh Martinch, the halfling before you looks young, but his sharp eyes, framed by slight wrinkles, gives away the petitioner's considerable age. Leimar nods politely, sweeping the floor with his beret and showing off an emerging bald spot. My respects, Baroness. I beg your forgiveness for how boldly I thought our meeting, but I could hardly trust anyone with the fate of my beloved new child, which appeared to me in a waking dream as I walked your lands. You're playing DOS2 now. I have to play this game as well someday. Maybe after this. Sometime after this game. Don't know exactly when. But I also still have to play DOS2. And you're naming some very good upcoming games I'm also looking forward to. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3. Wrath of the Righteous, I think, is supposed to come out June next year, if they can keep their schedule. And Solastar also looks very promising. It's your second playthrough in DOS2. Yeah, I started DOS2. I gave it a try several times, and like, again and again, something just threw me out of it. Something else was coming out. Not so much a problem about the game itself. It's more like, yeah, a problem finding the time or something like that. So I have to find the time to actually, yeah, really focus on DOS2 someday, to give it a real try. So, what about this halfling? You see, I was traveling through on my way to Brevoy, when to my surprise I discovered a most curious detail. It turns out that many spicy and bitter herbs, which I and my colleagues use in our work, grow wild in these lands. Wineberry, goatweed, gentian. Lama bends his fingers, enumerating the plants, and waves his hands. Ah, these names probably tell you nothing. But to me, oh, for me, this rich list is like a splendid palette. The foundation upon which a true masterpiece might be built. Your Grace, I once imagined settling in Brevoy, but your lands have truly inspired me. And now my greatest dream is to open a shop in this very capital. With a bouquet you can easily gather nearby, I can easily create a new beverage. Drew ambrosia for any halfling. Only one thing is holding me back. Lack of financial resources. I hope that now, upon hearing my request, you and your respected treasurer will not refuse a humble artisan a little assistance. Of course, in exchange for a future percentage. Lama bows deeply once again. I shall eagerly await your decision. Okay, sounds nice to me. Yeah. Do you want to hear my opinion? This business will fail. Halfling alcohol is like fruit juice for the other races. Nothing like your dwarvish stout. You want to take a risk and put your money on halfling drunkards? Well, it's your barony and your business. But remember, if you give this trader the money he asks for, then tomorrow there will be 10 more at your gate just like him. 100 BP! I don't think he even has that much. 100. You are the treasurer, solved this dilemma yourself. If you thought you might change my mind by inviting me to decide, I'm afraid you were mistaken. I shall refuse Lama's request straight away. 100 PP. Hello, Your Grace. Feels strange. It's amazing I can just go and have a chat with an actual baroness. I wanted to talk about Ekun. I'm worried about him lately. Although worried might be too strong a word. He's way too gloomy, even more than usual, if that's possible. Life without a family must be hard for him. But he's not completely alone. He has us. I know we can't replace what he lost, but we must remind him that we are here and he can talk to us. What are you getting at? What I'm getting at is that we should hold a merry revelry and use the opportunity to talk to him, heart to heart. If we just invite him for a drink, he'll no doubt refuse. So we must organize everything in secret. We gather guests, prepare food and drink, bring Ekun, and have so much fun. I'll even bring my lute. What do you say? Helping Ekun is our comradely duty. And if we need to throw a feast to do that, then that's what we're going to do. I'm not sure I'd put it like that, but I'm glad you agreed. I've talked to Elena, the innkeeper, and she's happy to help us. Although, between us, I'm not sure what made her so enthusiastic. Anyway, you should talk to her, and I should go and think what I'm going to play. And one more thing, don't be late. I fear if we don't pull Ekun out of his mood now, it'll be too late. Okay. Won't stop. It won't stop. Boken, good day. I come to tell you that I'm doing fine in my little shop. Our folk love their ruler, and if their beloved baroness buys old Boken's potions, he's certainly a worthy alchemist. Here's the gift for you on this occasion. Potion of displacement. Thank you very much. Thank you, Boken.